What's up, YouTube? It's Josh again. Here, I'd like to show you my purchase I made yesterday. I bought it sight unseen. It's a 1991 Honda Civic EF hatchback, and I'm actually really excited about this because I've never had a hatch before. I've had sedans, CRXs, wagons, but never a hatch. So we're gonna check this thing out. So here it is, 1991 Civic DX, and it's seen better days, I would say. It's definitely got a lot of wear. It's got some dings and dents. Someone did a homemade little lip there, drywall screws. That's high class right there. Tires are pretty well shot. Body's overall okay, but unfortunately it has had some poor body work, and there is some rocker panel rust. As you can see, that's been bondoed and fixed. And then we've got a little bit of rust forming right here, but it seems like it's actually not very bad. So I don't know if even that's been repaired right there. It's been painted for sure, but I don't think it's been repaired. And then you got the old spray foam down here, so that would have to be fixed. But back here seems really solid, so that's a good thing. Let's see, we'll do the walk around here. The center panel here is, I don't know what they did with that. It looks like they just painted over it and then painted over it again. So I don't know if that could be stripped down. Probably not, but we could try. Of course, they painted over the emblems. Bumper looks decent, but it's got some damage right there, a tear right there. You know, they bumped into things. So the glass here looks good. All the side glass is good. This has definitely been repaired. It's a repair that's starting to crack here, but there's definitely a Bondo right there. Hopefully it's just this corner and nothing more. This down here, I can't tell. It's probably been repaired, but once again, it's all rotted down in there, and they use spray foam. So this rocker looks better, but we don't know if it's been repaired yet. Let's see. It does have a good Virginia inspection through June, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately now, it does, you can't really see it here, but it does have a crack in the windshield right there. So the windshield's gonna have to be replaced. Then of course, the trim around the windshield is also not great. The headlights look decent. You know, overall, it seems like a pretty solid car. I don't see a lot of rust or anything on it, so I think we got a decent one here. Here's the engine bay of the car. It looks like they pretty much shaved the entire engine bay. Fuse box is gone, wiring harness, everything you can see is gone. Looks reasonably clean, aside from the fact that it's filthy. It's got a D16Y8. This originally would have had a D15B2, I believe, with a 4-speed manual transmission. So this one's got the Y8 with VTEC. Now I don't know, it doesn't look like VTEC works because I've got a plug here that's not plugged in. I'm assuming they probably didn't wire it in. I'd be amazed if they did. Let's see, everything looks pretty well stock here otherwise. We got a little cold air intake here. See those a lot on these cars. Overall, it doesn't look bad. It cranks really strong, but once again, it doesn't start, and I don't know why. We drove it up on here yesterday, but I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, so I haven't even really heard it run. Next, we're going to check out the interior of this car. Now, once again, $1,200, you get what you get pretty much. It's got, let's see how many miles this thing has. It's got 280,000 miles, which is, it's pretty high for this, but of course the engine's not original, so who knows how much that has. Very, very basic. It actually was set up for air conditioning, but it had been deleted. I really like these seats, but unfortunately this one is pretty well shot. So they'll probably end up having to get replaced. Looks like it's got the original vinyl seats in the back, which is pretty neat. I wish they just kept them in the front, but I'm sure they were torn. Steering wheel looks decent. Looks like it's got a bit of wear on it. Visor sagging, a little bit of wear on the headliner. Nothing too crazy. Carpet actually is reasonably clean. Missing the dash panel here. This main relay could also be a reason why this thing doesn't start, but you know, we'll do some tests and figure that out. Manual mirrors, manual windows. Door panels actually look decent. A little bit of damage right there. That piece is missing. You know, that one's got a little damage too, but overall not bad. Let's see if we can get the hatch open here. I haven't looked at that either. Let's see. There we go. Got it open. I don't even know if it latches. It didn't seem like it did. Oh, there's that lower trim piece there. And bumper mounts. Let's see, that's pretty greasy. Let's see what's up under here. Spare tire, probably as old as the car. Doesn't have the jack kit. I don't see much in the way of rust here. Doesn't look bad. Overall, this car really is just dirty, and it's got a really poor paint job. I think with some carefully placed effort, a little bit of work, it could be a pretty good car. And I think if I can get it running and figure out why it won't start, I think $1,200 isn't a bad deal. Let's see what the transmission actually is now that I'm thinking of it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, no 5th gear, so it does have the 4-speed transmission. So we got four right here on the floor. Overall, it's a classic old Honda. Pretty reasonably clean. Oh, let's see what we've got down here. I would assume with all this stuff here that the fuse box. Yep, there's the fuse box. And then the ECU. Let's see if we can find a number on this ECU. P06. So that's what they did. And then they did some wiring here. So I would assume that's for VTEC, but I don't really know. So we have to figure all that out. We'll see. Now let's go ahead and poke our head under here. Let's see. It's got the stock exhaust. It actually doesn't look rusted out. I can't tell if the pipes are rotted, but looks like stock suspension too, surprisingly. But overall, I really can't see anything in the way of rust on the undercarriage. It looks pretty decent overall. I'm not sure where this thing came from originally, but it must have been a southern car, or at least close to the south, because it would have been a lot more rusty looking than this. I'd like to know what you think about the price, because the market for Hondas this day and age is crazy. We've got people asking $20,000 for really, really nice, you know, almost show quality cars, and higher. Some have gone at auction, and then you can still get some in for a few $100s. But it seems like those are becoming more few and far between. I'm finding that I have to pay more for them now in order to get them, because either the cheap ones just don't come up, or they're snapped up so fast I can't even get to them. So at $1,200, I want you guys to tell me how you think I did, because I think I did okay, but maybe not. Well, that's all we have time for today. Figured I would just show you guys this car as I'm looking at it myself. I think I did okay. I feel happy about it. You know, of course I would have loved to have gotten it for less, but I know a lot of people out there would kill to get a deal like this on one of these cars. So we don't know yet what we're gonna do with it. You know, with the rust issues it has, it makes it a lot harder to fix. You know, mechanical stuff, that's not too bad. Cosmetics isn't bad. Once you start getting into cutting and welding rust, it makes things, you got to think a lot harder before you make any decisions on whether you want to save the car or not. So we're gonna see what the plan is, and see if we can get this thing, you know, at least running, and then we'll make a decision on its future from there. Thanks for watching.